Your thoughts shape your life. They influence your choices, your actions, and your future. Many people want a better life, but they never change the way they think. Positive thinking is not about ignoring problems. It is about finding a way forward. It is about staying hopeful during difficult times. It is about seeing possibilities when others only see obstacles. Hello, my friend, and welcome. In today's story, you will discover how positive thinking can help you overcome challenges, build resilience, and create positive change in your life. You will learn why your mindset matters, how it affects your daily decisions, and how small changes in your thinking can lead to better results over time. So sit back, relax, and stay with me until the end. One positive thought can become the first step toward a better future. Part 1. The story you tell yourself. Every day, whether you notice it or not, you are telling yourself a story. It begins the moment you wake up. The story might say, "Today will be difficult." Or it might say, "Today is a new opportunity." The interesting thing is that these stories often become self-fulfilling. If you expect every situation to go badly, you will naturally focus on problems. You may hesitate to take risks, avoid new opportunities, and give up more quickly when challenges appear. But when you believe that progress is possible, you behave differently. You become more willing to learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. Consider two people who face the same setback. Perhaps both lose an important opportunity at work. The first person thinks, "This proves I'm not good enough." The second person thinks, "This is disappointing, but I can learn from it." The event is identical. The response is different. Months later, their lives may look completely different, not because of what happened, but because of how they interpreted what happened. This is the hidden power of mindset. Your thoughts influence your emotions. Your emotions influence your actions, and your actions influence your results. Many people spend years believing negative thoughts without ever questioning them. They assume their doubts are facts. They treat temporary failures as permanent truths. But thoughts are not always accurate. Just because your mind says something does not mean it is true. Positive thinking begins when you learn to challenge limiting beliefs. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," you ask, "How can I improve?" Instead of saying, "It's too late," you ask, "What's the next step I can take?" These small shifts may seem insignificant, but they change the direction of your thinking. And over time, they change the direction of your life. The quality of your future is deeply connected to the story you repeat to yourself every day. Choose that story carefully, because the voice you listen to most is your own. Part 2. Why your brain follows your dominant thoughts. Have you ever noticed that when you focus on something, you start seeing it everywhere? When you are worried, problems seem larger. When you are hopeful, possibilities seem easier to find. This is not just imagination. It is how the human mind works. Your brain is constantly filtering information. Every day you are surrounded by more sights, sounds, conversations, and experiences than you could ever fully process. To avoid becoming overwhelmed, your brain decides what deserves your attention. And one of the biggest factors influencing that decision is what you think about most often. If you constantly focus on failure, your mind becomes skilled at finding evidence of failure. If you constantly focus on growth, your mind becomes better at recognizing opportunities to improve. This does not mean positive thinking magically changes reality. It changes what you pay attention to within reality. Imagine someone learning a new skill. A negative thinker might focus on every mistake and conclude that they lack talent. Because they feel discouraged, they practice less. As a result, improvement slows down. A positive thinker sees those same mistakes differently. They view mistakes as part of the learning process. Because they continue practicing, their skills gradually improve. The difference is not intelligence. The difference is persistence. And persistence is often shaped by mindset. Positive thinking also affects confidence. When you repeatedly tell yourself that growth is possible, you become more willing to take action. You speak up more often. You try new things. You recover faster from setbacks. Each small success strengthens your belief that progress is possible. Over time, this creates a powerful cycle. Positive thoughts encourage positive actions. Positive actions create better results. Better results strengthen positive beliefs. That is why your daily thoughts matter. You may not control every circumstance in life, but you can influence the direction of your attention. And where your attention goes, your energy often follows. The thoughts you repeat today can become the habits, decisions, and results you experience tomorrow. So choose thoughts that help you grow, not thoughts that keep you stuck. Because your mind is always listening. Part 3. The opportunities positive people notice. One of the greatest benefits of positive thinking is not that it removes obstacles. It helps you see opportunities that might otherwise remain hidden. Most opportunities do not arrive in obvious ways. They often appear as challenges, changes, conversations, or unexpected situations. The problem is that many people are so focused on what is wrong that they fail to notice what could go right. Imagine that you lose a job. At first, the experience feels negative. You may feel disappointed, frustrated, or even afraid. These emotions are natural. But after the initial shock passes, 2 different paths become possible. One person focuses only on what was lost. They replay the situation repeatedly and convince themselves that their future is limited. As a result, they stop looking for possibilities. Another person acknowledges the disappointment but asks a different question. What can I do next? That simple question opens the door to new opportunities. Perhaps they learn a new skill. Perhaps they meet new people. Perhaps they discover a career path they never considered before. The situation is the same. The mindset is different. Positive thinking also affects relationships. People are naturally drawn to those who bring encouragement, hope, and constructive energy. This does not mean being positive every second of the day. It means approaching life with a willingness to solve problems rather than simply complain about them. When people trust your attitude, they are more likely to support you, work with you, and share opportunities with you. Many important opportunities in life come through relationships. A recommendation, a partnership, a friendship, a conversation that changes your direction. Positive thinkers are often better prepared to recognize these moments because they remain open to possibilities. There is another important reason opportunities appear more often to positive people. They take action. Many people wait until they feel completely confident before making a move. Positive thinkers understand that confidence often comes after action, not before it. They apply for the position. They start the project. They begin learning the skill. They take the first step even when the outcome is uncertain. Not every action leads to success, but every action creates a chance for growth. And every chance for growth creates new possibilities. Positive thinking does not guarantee opportunity, but it helps you recognize, pursue, and create more opportunities than you would otherwise see. Sometimes the difference between a closed door and an open one is simply the willingness to keep looking. Part 4. Positive thinking during difficult times. It is easy to think positively when life is going well. It is much harder when things fall apart. When plans fail, relationships end, or unexpected problems appear, positive thinking can seem unrealistic. Yet these are the moments when it matters most. Positive thinking is not tested during success. It is tested during struggle. One of the biggest misunderstandings about positive thinking is the belief that positive people never experience fear, sadness, or disappointment. The truth is exactly the opposite. Positive people experience difficult emotions just like everyone else. The difference is that they do not allow those emotions to control their entire future. They understand that a difficult moment is not the same as a difficult life. A bad day is not a bad future. A setback is not the end of the story. This perspective creates resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover after challenges and continue moving forward. It does not mean being strong every moment. It means refusing to give up when life becomes difficult. Think about a challenge you faced in the past. At the time, it may have felt overwhelming. You may have wondered if things would ever improve, but somehow you made it through. You learned. You adapted. You grew stronger. Many of life's greatest lessons come from situations we never wanted to experience. Positive thinking helps us look for those lessons instead of focusing only on the pain. When difficulties appear, ask yourself, what can this experience teach me? What is still within my control? What is the next step I can take? These questions shift your attention from helplessness to action. And action creates momentum. Even small steps can restore a sense of hope. Positive thinking does not remove obstacles. It helps you face them with greater courage. It reminds you that circumstances can change, skills can improve, mistakes can be corrected, new opportunities can appear. Most importantly, it reminds you that you are stronger than you think. Every challenge you overcome becomes evidence that you can handle future challenges as well. The people who grow the most in life are not always the most talented or the most fortunate. They are often the ones who keep moving forward when others stop. And that ability begins with a simple belief. No matter how difficult today may be, tomorrow still holds possibility. Part 5. Daily habits that build a positive mindset. Positive thinking is not something you practice once. It is something you practice every day. Just as physical strength is built through regular exercise, a positive mindset is built through consistent habits. The good news is that these habits do not need to be complicated. Small actions, repeated over time, can create remarkable changes. One of the most powerful habits is paying attention to what you feed your mind. Every day, you consume information through conversations, social media, videos, books, and news. Some of this information helps you grow. Some of it increases fear, stress, and negativity. You cannot control everything you hear, but you can be more intentional about what you focus on. Ask yourself, is this helping me become a better version of myself? If the answer is no, it may be time to limit its influence. Another valuable habit is gratitude. Gratitude does not mean ignoring your problems. It means recognizing that your problems are not the only things in your life. Even during difficult times, there is usually something worth appreciating. A supportive friend, a lesson learned, a healthy meal, a peaceful moment. When you regularly notice these things, your perspective begins to change. You become more aware of what is working instead of focusing only on what is missing. Positive thinking also grows when you improve your self-talk. Listen to the way you speak to yourself. Would you talk to a close friend the same way? Many people are far harsher with themselves than they would ever be with someone they care about. Instead of saying, "I'm terrible at this," try saying, "I'm still learning." Instead of saying, "I always fail," try saying, "I can improve with practice." These small changes in language can create significant changes in mindset. Another important habit is taking action. Many people wait until they feel motivated before they begin. But action often creates motivation. The more you move forward, the more confidence you build. You do not need to take huge steps. Small steps are enough. Read one page. Practice one skill. Make one healthy choice. Have one meaningful conversation. Small actions may seem insignificant today, but they become powerful when repeated consistently. Positive thinking is not built through one inspiring moment. It is built through daily choices. The choice to focus on growth. The choice to learn from mistakes. The choice to appreciate what you have. The choice to keep moving forward. Over time, these choices become habits, and those habits become the foundation of a stronger, more positive life. Part 6. The future you create with your thoughts. As we reach the final part of this story, let's return to a simple idea. Your thoughts matter. Not because they magically change the world around you, but because they influence the choices you make every single day. Many people spend years waiting for their circumstances to improve before they allow themselves to feel hopeful. They tell themselves, "I'll be positive when I get a better job. I'll be positive when I have more money. I'll be positive when life becomes easier." But life rarely works that way. More often, a positive mindset comes first. Then, it influences the actions that create better results. Think about the person you want to become. Perhaps you want to be more confident, more successful, healthier, more resilient. Whatever your goal may be, it will not be achieved in a single day. It will be built through hundreds of small decisions. And those decisions will be influenced by the way you think. A person who believes growth is possible keeps learning. A person who believes improvement is possible keeps practicing. A person who believes a better future is possible keeps moving forward, even when progress is slow. Over time, these choices create a powerful effect. Small improvements become meaningful progress. Meaningful progress becomes lasting change. This is why positive thinking is not about denying reality. It is about creating a mindset that helps you respond to reality more effectively. There will still be obstacles. There will still be disappointments. There will still be moments when you doubt yourself. That is part of being human. But you do not have to let those moments define you. You can choose to learn instead of quit. You can choose to grow instead of stay stuck. You can choose to focus on possibilities instead of limitations. Every day you are building your future through your thoughts, your habits, and your actions. The future is not created all at once. It is created one decision at a time, one habit at a time, one thought at a time. The person you become next year will be influenced by the mindset you practice today. So be careful about the thoughts you repeat. Protect the beliefs that help you grow. Challenge the beliefs that hold you back. And remember that positive thinking is not about expecting a perfect life. It is about believing that no matter where you are today, you can continue becoming better tomorrow. That belief alone has the power to change the direction of a life. As we come to the end of this story, I want to leave you with one final thought. Positive thinking is not about pretending that life is easy. It is about believing that you are capable of handling what life brings. There will be challenges. There will be setbacks. There will be days when progress feels slow. But every day gives you a choice. You can focus on what is beyond your control. Or you can focus on what you can do next. You can focus on limitations. Or you can focus on possibilities. Remember, your future is not shaped by one big decision. It is shaped by the small thoughts, habits, and actions you repeat over time. So starting today, pay attention to the story you tell yourself. Make it a story of growth. Make it a story of resilience. Make it a story of hope. Because the way you think today can influence the life you create tomorrow. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed this story and would like more content about mindset, personal growth, motivation, and learning English through meaningful stories, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if this message helped you in any way, share it with someone who may need to hear it today. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing that positive change is possible. One thought, one choice, one day at a time.